Yeah, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Prison Break Raw. I'm your host, the one and only Big JD. The greatest lesson that I can give to any of yous, post-incarceration or in life in general, is this. Don't spit in the wind. Nah, seriously, that's not the greatest lesson that anybody could teach you than me or anyone else, but don't spit in the wind anyways. Because it's liable to come back and hit you in the face. It'll make you look like a money shot on Pornhub. And that's something you just don't want to explore. But the greatest lesson for any of yous out there that have a loved one that is incarcerated that'll be getting out soon, if you just got out yourself or just in life in general, to understand that politics and everything that moves this world is very much a part of our lives, whether we like it or not. You could choose not to engage or educate yourself on what's going on, but that's on you. A lot of times we're faced with situations that we just can't get out of. Case in point, the bad luck and the horrible day that I had last week, or the horrible week for that matter. It's bound to happen sooner or later. I mean, it just can't be all crimsons and clovers and tulips and sunshines and doves flying forever. I was faced with a situation that I couldn't get out of, and it doesn't mean that I'm a coward. It doesn't mean that I have no spine. It doesn't mean that I'm not assertive enough. It just means that all of us are dealing with a very high volume of people that are just fucking downright fucking retarded and ignorant. It's just the way it is. And I know a lot of you don't like when I use these politically incorrect words, but just like I said at the end, this is not politically correct here. I have to describe the world in its ugliest details so that you understand what it is. And it's not that I'm a doom and gloomer either. We live in a current climate right now where emotions are high, tensions are high, more people than not are irrational, all the way around. So when I'm in a 7-Eleven or any place like that, going to get gas, maybe buying a water, bag of chips, something to that effect, and the whole aisle is blocked off because some jackass and his old lady are preventing me from exiting the aisle, you can only say excuse me so many times until where you have to go, excuse me! Right into the back of their fucking head. And then guess what? They're pissed off all over again. But to understand the current climate that we're in, the factors of any situation, you always have to be aware of this. So going out to the pump and getting followed out there by some clown who wants to impress his old lady, wants to show the entire world that he means business, and this is payback. For whatever kind of payback he wants to get on me, somebody that he doesn't even know, an innocent bystander. He takes his best shot and he misses. He proceeds to try to pursue me. He trips over the pump and now he's on the ground. Guess what? He's open season. You could stomp on his head. You could do the Cabbage Patch, the Dougie, the Running Man, any kind of mashed potato, old school dance routine. You can slam dance, mosh pit, stage dive right on his ass and probably do considerable damage to him. But you choose not to. You still want to be the nice guy, even though your life is turned upside down. The instrument for which possesses everything that you have access to in the electronic world has been severed from you temporarily. You're in an unhinged situation. You're on the brink of being unhinged yourself. Why not let this guy just have it? Stomp his head out, smash his skull into the street, and then get on YouTube and let everybody know that you're a fucking badass. You're a shot caller. You're the king of the world. Don't fuck with these right here, because I'm the baddest thing on the earth. Nah. Instead, I kept my cool. I weighed the gravity of the situation. I saw what it was. I saw what he was. I saw what other people that were involved with him were. And I looked at it as a situation where it's not what it is, it's what it looks like. Here you have a white dude, regardless of him Sureño or not, doesn't matter, because they don't know that. White dude with a bunch of tattoos, formerly incarcerated man. In a situation that can turn into a political shitstorm against you. Regardless if you're the aggressor or not, it doesn't matter. This is the world that we live in, and I understand that well. Probably a lot better than a lot of people that would like to leave comments and talk about what they would do in a situation like that. Well, guess what? Whatever it was, your best thinking would have got you in prison. But the one thing you could have had in that situation is at least you could have said, I showed them. I showed everybody. But now you're eating bologna sandwiches. You're sitting in some fucking jail somewhere, surrounded by people with COVID and God knows what else, wondering how much time you're going to get, only to repeat the cycle of being on probation, having some government fucking official knocking at your door at all hours of the night, digging through all your shit, rifling through your drawers. And you pray to God that when you were kicking it with your cousin Benny just last night and all the fucking weed that he was blowing didn't give you a contact high to the point to where now you're going to pop hot. You see where I'm getting with all of this? I didn't make the current situation what it is, but I have to live with it like the rest of you. I have to live in this world just like all of you do. At the end of the day, I could keep my head held high knowing that, number one, I didn't run like a little coward. I didn't get knocked on the ground and ball up, crawl up under my car, none of that shit. I seen a dude that was relying on optics for so long to scare people that looked like me. And when all his best thinking went out the window and he fell, I tried to be a man and at least try to help him up and try to hold him to a place of just calm down. But he went straight for the jewels. Straight scissor up into my legs, almost got me in the balls. So I did everything I could to contain myself from violence and anger. I used all my tools. Eventually it was broken up. But my emotions were high. I was shaking. I was mad. I was trying to control myself. I'm ambidextrous, so whenever I'm pulling the pump up out of a car, I'm pulling it out with my right hand, and I screw the gas cap back on with my left. Wasn't paying attention, was pulling it out, smacked myself in the face, cut the whole inside of my mouth about maybe an inch, and it turned into a straight fucking canker sore the size of a 50-cent piece. Wish I could show it to you right now so you could see. It ain't a pretty sight. It's painful, it hurts, it sucks. I got a constant headache from it. Left to wonder each day if I got blood poisoning or something like that, because I don't feel myself. I had to go to work yesterday and work a long shift with this excruciating, agonizing pain. I can't even really eat. I'm reduced to sipping shit out of a straw, like smoothies and stuff like that. I've become a kale smoothie drinking guy over the last several days now. But what have I learned from this experience? The greatest lesson that I can teach you in all of this, always keep your eye on the pump when you're pulling it out of your car so you don't smack yourself in the face with it. But not only that, always understand that you may be the victor of any kind of a confrontation. You may be the one on top, the one that wins. But at the end you lose because they take it all from you, because the political climate being what it is will go right back and it will go against you. They'll turn it into something that it's not. So I feel like that I have won in this whole situation. Because I haven't fallen. I haven't lost anything. I may have been off of YouTube for several days because it hurts to even talk. It's hurting to talk right now, only I got so much fucking Oragel in my mouth right now that the whole side of my head is numb. But I feel that I needed to make an appearance to let you guys know that you can never stop Big JD, no matter what. I don't care what you do, what you say, what you bring my way. You're never going to stop me. You're never going to stop my flow. You're never going to stop my dribble all the way to that basket. Nobody can, nobody will. Outside of knocking at my door and putting a bullet in my head, I'm going to continue to press on. I'm going to continue to be successful. And in a lot of this downtime that I've had, I've been studying a lot of ways on how to invest and make money, how to maximize everything that I've saved. With everything that I'm learning, and as I'm learning it, and it's making more sense than it ever has before, because it has my undivided attention, because I'm trying to take my focus off of the pain, I'm learning stuff that I'm going to be able to pass on to all of yous in the long run. I'll let you know what works, and I'll let you know what don't work. But the main lesson out of all of this is simple. Accept life on life's terms and understand and be completely aware of the environment at all times. If you don't like politics or anything that's going on, you don't have to like it to understand it and to recognize what it is. We live in a very fragile world with a lot of very fragile people. The main thing is I keep my head held high, regardless. And no matter how much amount of outside influences of stress come my way, I will always maintain this level of balance moving forward. Because to me, it has become a positive self-fulfilling prophecy of success and never wavering from the goal. So in about a few short hours, I'm going to be back at work to repeat what I did yesterday, and in agonizing pain at that. The healing has already started, but the long-term effects of every mistake that I make gives me a sense of gratitude that I was able to pull through it. Now, a situation like that, or any kind of other drastic situation, will probably not come for some time. Because they come every now and then. They don't just keep coming on top of each other one after another. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But the main thing is to keep moving forward. Instead of staying stuck in the past, of which is the theme of many, many people that live all around us. But you don't have to let that knock you off your square, as I have not. I'm still here. I'm going to continue to make content. I'm going to continue to piss people off. I'm going to continue to bless people. I'm going to help people, and I'm going to make people want to unsubscribe, and then I'm going to make people want to subscribe. It's going to continue going on the way the Prison Break Raw has been going on all this time, and it's not going to stop. That's the main thing. Never once for a minute did I ever think about departing from that. So here I am, humbly seated before you, with no pants on, according to a lot of my critics. But I stay strong and I push on. And that's the only way that any of you can be in the circumstances that we're living in now. You may have lost a job with old Corn Pop cutting off the pipeline. Trust and believe that that is not going to doom you for eternity. You will pick yourself back up. You will find something else. You will move forward. We're all going to go through our ups and downs. But the main thing is how do you respond to this negativity that comes your way when it comes your way. That's the biggest key, and that's the biggest question that you have to ask yourself. So rule number 1, don't smack yourself in the mouth with a pump, because you're liable to get a canker sore the size of New Jersey. But the main thing is never allow any of these outside influences to completely take possession of you and your goals and your dreams. Remember, we're cerebral assassins on here. You already know what it is. You heard it right here. Risen Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, non-sugarcoating, not politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with that dick of reality. And I'm out.